Putting these towers up. That's a big tower with the 4 panels, quite a bit of weight. We broke this the first day we put it up. We broke it in the mounts up there because the guys were grabbing on the tower. People weren't sure what they were doing, and everybody in there, they love to try and help, but the trouble is you get too many guys and everything went into trouble. So anyways, we got it up. And when we got it up, of course the thing was, how do you stabilize and make it even? So we went to a system that's very basic. Saw it in the History Channel a couple of years ago about how they erected the obelisks. So we went to tie stakes, brought her in, ended up with a 5-point tie system, and then what we do is you put pressure on the off the stake by bringing it up over top of the board, and then what you do is you tighten each rope individually with just a plank. You put the plank underneath, and as you push it back, it tightens that rope, which pulls the stuff this way or that way. All we had to do was adjust where the planks were and the height of the plank, and we were able to, with a level on the toe, get the thing to work quite nicely. So it's quite interesting. Barry went to a collar system, which he spent half a day building and engineering. Of course, we didn't have one for the other one, so we just threw the ropes on and put it up. I think well, you got to see how things are done. So anyway, so we put it up. So these couple tops of the layers of blocks were just thrown in to help reinforce while it sat, but it's in a pretty good base, so that'll have to come out and they'll have to do the work there, then backfill. And it's going to take all this wiring out. We put a secondary wiring system here. So when the wiring goes over to the pump, there'll be another wiring system going into the house, over here, and to the batteries to give extra power. But the solar panel guy, the pump guys are saying they need all 4 panels to drive the pump. So it's going to just pull this wire out. I think he should leave it in, because if something happens, these panels will generate a ton of power for this complex that could be used somewhere else. But if they put it over there, then they can put it off over to some other use. So anyways, it's not my decisions, and it's the decisions. But now we're Sunday morning, the day before we go home, so this is what I'm going to end up leaving here. Got the open trenches because we water tested the pipes late yesterday, so we know the pipes are holding. We know we got all our drainage systems finished, and this one house over here, that one building, what we did was the length of that building. Yesterday at 3 o'clock I told them I want them to shore the wall over here, which was not one of the projects that we had on our list. And the boys, in an hour and a half, completed that project. We were a bit late on our party time, but we ended up with another project done that didn't, so I'm quite happy. These guys worked very hard, and they certainly earned, in my opinion, my respect, and earned the money that we paid them. So there we can see this coming down here. So that building was all undercut. So there was a good 1.5 foot of all that was washed out. So the level of that ground building was being cut underneath there, and it was all starting to destabilize and fall in. So we backfilled it, put rock in underneath, and we've restabilized the front of that building, and hopefully that will hold this building up on this side for a large number of years. If we come down into our trench systems, as you know, we went free-forming. It was the only way we could do this in time, but we laid an awful lot of free-form concrete trench, and the dirt that we had here left over, this wall here, you can see this is the bottom of the slab. They used slab, and that one had a foot of dirt, was all exposed under, because all the water coming off this roof has just eroded this whole building. This building at one time, that wall over there, that ground level would have been there was ground level quite a bit higher all along this wall. You can see how much has eroded. Probably 2 feet, 2.5 feet of this compound wall in here has all eroded out. You can see it's all happening on this side, on that newer building there. And those buildings over there, and all those buildings over there, they do have storm water in the front. Everybody, oh, we got it in the front, but they didn't do it at the back. So all the backs of those buildings, that new building over there, the newest buildings, they're all being undercut. So we're going to have to come back and do all these foundation work. And these are actually the front doors into each of the residences for there's some residences here. So going to be quite an interesting new project, but I don't think it'll be any more complex than the one we just finished. This was being a tremendous amount of earth moved and sheer willpower. So I'm quite happy with where we're at. It's all, this trench has all got dirt in it now from when they did the work. I'll just wash out and we'll be fine. And we got the cement walls all cornered into it. And there's the other solar tower down there.